Hi everybody, welcome to level 3. Becky is back for her next level of Pilates. Do you want to talk to them a little bit about how you've been feeling for the first 2 levels?
Yeah, I've been feeling more engaged kind of through the day, like more aligned, more aware of my alignment, and better at some of these hard things.
Awesome. And I feel like level 3 is actually going to be the place where you're going to feel like you actually are getting a good 15-20 minute workout in. The first 2 levels are really focusing on form and starting to just get those muscle groups that we're not used to isolating, getting them fired up, so that level 3 isn't a shock, and that it's also, you're doing it efficiently and can access those without struggling through it. So if the first two are still challenging, but maybe, not necessarily a huge workout. But today you're probably going to feel a little bit more work, so I'm excited. Okay, go ahead and start lying on your back. And we're going to warm up just like we've warmed up in the first 2 levels with our pelvic tilt. Just connecting to our breath, connecting to our center. Good. So she's just checking. Her heels are right under her knees. Her feet are hip width apart. And you can, she's already finding her neutral pelvis, that nice parallel plane to the floor. And you're going to take a nice inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, creating that space underneath your spine. And then exhale, engage your abdominals and print. Good, and inhale, tilt. And we want this to be active, but also release any tension that's not necessary for this movement, right? And inhale, tilt forward. And exhale, tuck. Let's do one more. Inhale, tilt. And exhale, tuck. And then return to your neutral pelvis. We're going right into our hundreds. So start with your legs in tabletop. Good. And then curl your head and shoulders up. Reach your arms down by long by your sides. Great. And if you feel okay on the back here, you're going to extend your legs. Begin to pump your arms. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2. Make sure you have the tips of your shoulder blades down. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Good. If I throw off your breath, just keep breathing. Inhale, you count. And exhale. Good. Nice. This looks great. And exhale halfway there. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Watch the ears, beautiful. Yeah, the shoulders to the ears. And exhale, you're doing that already. It's great. Can you lower your legs an inch? Yes. And exhale, you got it. 2 more sets. Inhale. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. Inhale. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really nice. Hug your knees in. Rest your head and shoulders down. Awesome job. And really good job at keeping your neutral pelvis. That's an easy one to kind of go into a tuck or feel the legs are too, let's actually show. Go ahead and bring, really press your, you can see your tailbone starts to lift here, and now you don't feel as much abs and you feel your back pressing down. And then if you go too much into your tilt, the legs maybe go too low, you can feel that compromised position of your back arching. So really nice in keeping that. Okay, good. Take a nice stretch, arms overhead, legs long. We're going to get ready for your roll up. So you've been doing your modified roll up for like 4 or 5 sessions this week. So we'll see, and you've been progressing, still a challenge though. That one takes a little bit more than just a week to master. But the full roll up might be a little easier for you because your legs will already be extended. So let's see how it goes. So you're going to start with your arms over your head. And this is important, all the way over your head. Because I want you to feel length in your center. So I want your ribs to be reaching with your fingers, but I want your pelvis to be reaching with your toes. So this is activating your whole body. Your lower body has to be just as active for this movement to work. So take an inhale, and as you exhale, bring your arms overhead to the shoulders, and then you curl your chin to your chest, pressed into the mat. Beautiful. And lift up and over your pelvis and reach for your toes, rounding your spine, dropping your head. Good. Inhale, lift to your flat back again, so kind of just curl up. So let's go right back down. This is an interesting thing. So we want to always be starting from the base of the spine here. So start to roll up, flower up the spine from the base, and then, sit up nice and tall. That's nice. Tuck your pelvis, and again, leading from that lumbar, reach your legs long so that you have an anchored position here. So good. Really good for your first one. We got 4 more. Inhale. I know. Exhale. Your low back into the mat. Reach your legs long. Yes. And lift up and over your pelvis. Curl back from the base of your spine. Flower up to a straight spine position. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the belly button to your spine as you reach your legs long. Inhale overhead. 3 more. Exhale. Use that breath. Good, and reach up and over. And you know, her feet are lifting, but she's getting through the movement. And over time, those legs are gonna feel more grounded. So I have no problem with that. Just really try and keep the legs active if that's something that's happening in your own practice. But really, it's just gonna take time to change the shape of your spine and get the legs used to organizing the body this way. Good, you have one more. Down, good, and tuck, tuck, tuck. Lovely. That's it. Inhale overhead. Last one all the way up. Good. Yeah, these start to get hard, but they're good. And nice stretch. And roll all the way back. Down. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Beautiful. And take a rest. Really nice. Great. Awesome. So go ahead and bring your arms down by your sides and get ready for your roll over. So bring your legs in tabletop to begin, and then really feel your triceps and the back of your shoulder blades connecting with the mat. They're gonna stay on the floor, your head's gonna stay on the floor. Extend your legs up, you're gonna lower down a few inches, exhale, bring your feet towards your forehead, lift your hips up, legs are parallel to the floor, and you're gonna slowly put your spine back down on the floor, one bone at a time, without your head and shoulders lifting. Good. Inhale, lower your legs. Exhale, feet come towards you, lift up. Good. Inhale, slowly lower down. Exhale, release your pelvis to the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Really nice. And inhale, slowly lower down. Exhale, place your hips. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. You can flex your feet here and maybe tap your toes behind you if you want the legs to stretch. Yeah, you'll get there and lower down. You were only like an inch away. But don't force it. But you can feel like once the spine gets a little bit more malleable, you'll be able to bend in that way and it's gonna feel nice. Yeah, good. And lower all the way down and pause. Hug your knees into your chest. Nicely done. Very good. That's challenging. Good though. That's one of my, if I feel like I'm just super tight, that's my go-to. I'll do a roll up and then I'll do a roll over, and the first three I can't get my toes to touch behind me if I'm really tight, and then eventually the more I do, it's just like, okay, there it is. It's a great way to decompress the cervical spine, actually. Yeah. Okay, great. So now we have our leg circles. So go ahead and lengthen your legs down, and let's start on the right leg. Bring your right leg up to the ceiling. You know the drill for these. Hips are square, and you're going to circle the leg around, over, and up. Good. And it's nice to keep some of these consistent through our different levels because you can see how the body starts to change by continuing to advance other movements and then going back to some of the simple ones and seeing how they evolve with us. Good. Two more this direction. And last one. And reverse. Down, around, over, and up. And sometimes if you're like me, or I heard a little bit on your hip, there's a little bit of bone on bone rubbing that can happen with that femur in the hip socket. And that's pretty normal if the muscles are imbalanced. So you want to just kind of find a sweet spot, maybe change the range of motion of the legs so you're not feeling that clicking happening in the joint. Nothing bad about it, but we want to be moving smoothly. Good, and switch your leg. And I have it worse on one side than the other. I'm a little double jointed in one hip, so it's really easy for that leg to kind of come out of the socket and run into the pelvis. Good. And she's doing a good job of stabilizing the torso and really getting that cross-body stretch for the hip. We're going to kind of increase the range of motion in level 4 so that it becomes a true side leg lift and you really get a really nice glute and hip stretch in the movement. Good. Keep elongating the whole leg, the whole side of the whole working side of the body. Good. And she's counting. And so when she finishes her 8th one, she'll rest her leg. Lovely. And you're going to come up for rolling like a ball. So come up to a seated position. You can kind of scoot your hips forward so you have room to roll. And you're going to start in that balanced position. Good. And if you feel comfortable still keeping your hands behind your knees, we'll do this. Otherwise, we might advance after. Let's see how the first 2 go here. So curl your chin to your chest, tuck your pelvis, inhale, roll back, hips lift, exhale, roll up. So good. So this is just like your roll up, right? This is your rolling the ball. So you want to find that articulation. Really good. Let's pause. Oh, sorry. Good job. Let's pause here and try this position now. It's a little bit more challenging. Okay, inhale, roll back. Exhale, keeps you in a little bit more of a curled position. Nice. It also limits your legs. Good, one more. We're going for 5. And up, and rest your feet. Lovely, very nice. So one of my favorite transitions into the next move is you've just finished your rolling like a ball, so you're gonna hug your right knee into your chest, lengthen your left leg, and then just lower yourself down slowly with control until you're on just the tips of your shoulder blades. Perfect. Your left leg hovers, and you're gonna switch your legs. Inhale, and exhale, switch. And as you do this, your head and shoulders stay lifted, and your ribs stay on, and your pelvis stays stable. So you're trying to just move the limbs. Really good. Inhale, exhale. We're going for 8 each leg, so I think you have about 2 more each side. Here's 7. Good. And 1 more. 8 and 8. Great. And hug your knees in, rest your head and shoulders down. Good job. Awesome. So now, oh yes, we have our spine twist. So roll up to a seated position. And I think I like still having you in profile here so we can see your spine. So go ahead and sit your sit bones to the middle of the mat. And go ahead and lengthen your legs. Let's see how your hip flexors and your hamstrings are doing today. Great. So Becky's able to get pretty stacked in this position. So we're going to keep her here. If it's hard for you to sit up tall here, if you tend to kind of be forced into a slight rounded position because you're tight here, or it's hard for you to keep your legs straight, you can bend your knees and really sit up tall here, or you can prop yourself up on a block or a cushion. But for now, go ahead and bring your legs together and activate your inner thighs. I'm going to move out of the way slightly. Bring your arms out to the side. So you want to imagine here that there's a broomstick across the top of your shoulders, so your arms can't move in any direction outside of they want to stay connected from fingertip to fingertip. So from here, you're going to lengthen your spine a little bit more. Inhale, lift your rib cage, but still bring your spine back on your sits bones. So lean back, yeah, and then just think about a vertical lift. Great. Now exhale, rotate the ribs to the right so your shoulders face the camera, keeping your left hip and feet still. And then back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to the left. Good. And inhale, center. Continue. We're doing 4 each way. Really quieting the arms and feeling like your waist is a wet dishcloth being wrung out at the center. Hips are stable. The feet aren't shifting at all. That's how you know the hips are staying still. Really good. 1 more each way. And twist, twist, twist. Good. And center. And twist, 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 and center. Excellent. You can relax your arms. And go ahead and lie on your back for your bridge. And with twist, your gaze is staying with your spine. So you don't need to twist and move your head. You want to keep your spine in that same alignment, and it's really just the obliques that are contracting. Okay, good. So arms are down by your sides, heels are underneath your knees. You're going to tuck your pelvis, imprint that spine, and roll up 1 bone at a time. Inhale. Exhale, rib cage lowers down. Slow and controlled. Good. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, ribs. And release fully. And inhale up. Good. Pause. Give these another inch. Yes. And exhale, lower. Good. This is your chance to really stretch and open up the quads and the hip flexors. And lower down, down, down. Really nice. 1 more. Lifting up. And lowering down. Nice. The slower you go, the harder it is. So you get a lot more work from that. Okay, let's roll into your stomach for your swan. Great. Slide, no, actually you're good where you are. So you're gonna actually bring your hands to the sides of your ears, and your face will just be hovering where your forehead will be rested, whichever is more comfortable. You're gonna keep the tops of your feet, the shoelaces, right, of your feet on the floor. You're gonna pull the belly button up away from the mat, just like our pelvic tilt. Great. And you're gonna start to slide the shoulder blades down the back and lift your ribs up, trying to use your arms as little as possible. And lift and lift. Good. And then slowly lower down, feeling like your elbows go down towards your hips, still kind of out to the side though, so you bring, yeah, there you go. But you just don't want the elbows to go really far to the side, so I just wanted to say that to prevent that from happening. Good. Feet are grounded, and lower, lower, lower. Good. And again, this is extension, so it's really about lengthening the spine instead of curling it. So I want you to keep, yes, that's it. Good. And lower down. That was 4 actually, so take a breath. How'd that feel?
Good.
Good,
Yeah.
excellent. That was great. So now bring your arms straight in front of you for swimming. So take an inhale. On the exhale, pull the belly button to your spine, and then lift both legs and both arms and hold here. Start by softening those traps, sliding the shoulder blades down your back, and begin to alternate limbs as you swim as if Jaws is chasing you. That's what Joseph Pilates always used to say. I like to just take about 8 deep breaths, and that usually is about 15 to 20 seconds. And really keeping the core and torso completely stable here. Doing a really good job, and you're trying to lift and open your chest, and trying to lift and reach your legs. One more deep breath. Inhale, and exhale, release. A lot of work. Good, and then sit back on your heels, take a little stretch. Be your own coach though for that one, because if you feel your back taking on the work towards a certain end, then that's probably your limit. That's probably you've done long enough for your abdominals and core to stabilize, and they've given out and your back's taken over. So take your time building up your strength and rest when you need to. Great, that was awesome. So now we're just flying through here. I'm gonna get the timer. We're gonna go into our 60, oh no, we have our side stuff. Yeah, not yet, okay, great. So lie on your right side facing the camera, and I'm gonna give you the yoga block as well. So you can rest your head right here. Good, and so I'm gonna just check in and see, this is the trickiest part. So I like to use the mat as a parameter for my alignment. Yeah, you can feel your hips are a little off the mat, so you can bring them forward. Bring them forward 1 more inch. Great. So now her spine is aligned with the mat, and her toes are going to come forward, and we call this the check mark position, so that her spine is straight and her legs are just slightly in front of her body. She's going to imagine there's a wall behind her, so she's going to stay stacked. The top arm is on the mat for stability for this first level, so that she's not rocking the chest forward either. And you're going to anchor your bottom leg to the mat and lift your top leg up and lower it down. And you can go as high as you can without compromising the stability of the upper spine. We're gonna do 8 here. Good. Inhale up, that's it. And exhale down, lengthening the leg as she goes. 3 more. Good. And last one. Excellent. So now we're going to add our leg kicks on in this one too. So you're going to flex the foot, keeping it at hip height, and you're going to kick it forward to your belly button height. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We're right to there. Feel that hamstring stretch? Now bring the leg back, point the toe, and extend the hip. Yes, feeling that psoas stretch. And then you're going to kick the leg forward, flex, and point, squeeze the glute, extend. And kick it forward, yes, and point and extend. And kick, and point and extend. 8 of these. She's got 3 more. Good, and yeah, and there is a little shifting in the pelvis and the spine. That's okay. You just don't want it to travel into the shoulders. Good, last one. Kick it forward and squeeze behind you and rest that leg. Nice. Okay, let's flip around and put your block. Let's actually face this direction so that we can see what it looks like from behind as well, now that we've gone through the choreography. Awesome. Okay, good, nice and stacked. And so you can really tell from behind here the stability of her hips. So go ahead and start lifting that right leg up and down. And this is really nice. Her shoulders are stacked. Sometimes it's easy to get that bottom shoulder really squished up to the block. So it's nice that we want to keep that nice and vertical. Good, 4 more. And lift. And just be mindful that your leg stays directly over that bottom leg as you lift it. So it might be a little further back than you think. You feel that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 more. Again, that's just usually from a tight hip flexor. And now flex the foot, kick it forward, and then point and extend. And so when she flexes, her pelvis gently tilts back, and then when she points, her pelvis extends forward to accommodate those muscle movements. And you really are aiming for the hamstring stretch and the psoas stretch here. The glutes engage on the way back, and your abdominals engage on the way up. Last one. Oh no, sorry, you have 2 more. Flex and back. 1 more now. Flex, forward, and point, back, and rest that leg. Okay, excellent. Come on up to kneeling in the center of your mat, and let's face the camera. And I'm going to take the block away for a moment. We'll see if we need it. Great, so let's start right a little bit more to the center in your mat. There you go. And you want to bring your left foot out to the side, right along the outside of your hip. Yep, and feel the whole foot planted on the mat. Lovely. Now this leg starts to get weird, so you want to make sure your hip is right over your knee, and you want to feel your hip reach forward. It's going to want to sit back, so just be aware of that. Arms are out to the side, and you're imagining, again, that broomstick. So you're just side bending from the waist until those fingertips find the mat, and then lift up. Good, yes, we're going to just do 4. You want to feel this nice length here in the side, and keep the pelvis stacked. Beautiful, and up. 1 more. This time you can go all the way down and bring your palm to the mat, if you can, and stretch that left arm over. Just take a nice side stretch while you're here. Feels really good. There we go. That's it. Good, and then bring that arm up and switch legs. Right leg out. Good. Let's move it out a few more inches. Great, that way your hip is right over your knee, and you're going to side bend. Lift. Is that too far? You can scooch in if you need to. It looks good though. Nice. One side might be tighter than the other, so you might really feel the difference here. Last one, go down and bring your palm to the mat and take your stretch. Good. Try and swivel this right hip forward. There we go. You feel how that brings you into that alignment, and you get a deeper stretch. Really nice. And then slowly come up. Okay, awesome. Now we have our plank. So here we go. Let me get the timer ready. And begin. Awesome. Great alignment. Really good setup here. If you're starting to feel a lot in the wrists, soften the elbows a little bit. That's going to help the upper arm engage, even though you're still pressing away from the floor. You don't want locked elbows. That's going to put a lot more weight in the wrist. And in the elbows themselves, they'll start to get a little tight. Good job pulling the belly button away from the spine. You've got about 30 seconds left. You're halfway there. Good. These are ones that really start to improve quickly. I'm already noticing your endurance is much better having done the 30-second planks for a week. 15 seconds to go. You're almost there. Feel like the front ribs are knitting together. Yes, that just helps you lift your spine. 5 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1, and release. Beautiful work. Sit back into a child's pose. Take 3 deep breaths here. This is a good place to feel your Pilates breathing. So as you inhale, feel the ribs expand along your thighs. Yeah, and then exhale, pull the belly button away from the thighs. Inhale, expand your ribs. Exhale, rest your forehead. See if your forehead can be resting. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. This also releases the lumbar in a really nice way. Okay, so let's start to walk your hands back towards your knees. Roll up to a standing position for your final balance. With your Pilates ring. All right, yes, the magic circle. Okay, good. So heels stand toes apart, and we've learned with you that a more narrow stance is going to help you with those heels. Yeah, there you go. And you're going to start to curl your feet up. Inhale, the ring goes over your head today, and then exhale as you lower your heels, you lower the ring. Good. Just a little more coordination to throw off her balance, give her a little extra challenge. And we're doing a set of 10. Here's number 3. Inhale and exhale. And Becky's doing a really good job of her pelvis alignment. I was watching myself the other day in the mirror, and I was like, oh my god, my pelvis is anteriorly rotated the whole time. I tend to still shoot my tailbone back and have this little arch like a dancer or something in my back, and you want to really get that alignment so that you can fully engage the glutes and stand up on your legs. Good. 3 more, I think. But I have like a weird spidey sense with reps after, last one. Up, up, up. Good. And slowly bring your heels down and release. Yay! Nicely done. All right. So 20 minutes a day. Try that 5 days a week and see the results. I think the first thing I started noticing with Pilates, my goal wasn't necessarily weight loss, but I did notice inches were being trimmed just because my body was being just kind of contracted and sort of chiseled and just a little bit more, connected. And so I found so there was a lot of toning that started happening by week 3, week 4. So enjoy that. Bye.
Kayla.
Thank you. You go you. Is it this button? No, this one.
Back there.